Good afternoon, Lacrosse fans, and welcome to Renwick Field for today's Liberty League matchup between the Bard Raptors and the RPI Engineers. The Raptors coming in 1-6 overall, 0-3 in the Liberty League. The Engineers are 3-4 and 1-1 in league play, coming off an overtime loss to Vassar yesterday here at Renwick Field. 11-8 was the final score. The Raptors fell as well. They lost 16-4 in their last time out to Skidmore. That was yesterday afternoon as well. You can see the teams getting ready for today's game. It's very windy here in Troy. Temperatures in the low 40s. And the teams will have to deal with the wind. We'll get to the lineups in just a few moments here. And we will throw it live to Renwick Field on the public address. You can see the weather there. Not quite 40 degrees and plenty of wind, as we will have the lineups coming up now.
Good afternoon, fans. Welcome to Renwick Field for today's Liberty League women's lacrosse game between the Bard Raptors and your RPI Engineers. Today's starting lineups. First for Bard. On attack, a freshman, number 7, Emily Wiseman. In the midfield, senior, number 15, Hannah Durham. A freshman midfielder, number 17, Avalon Kian. In the midfield, a freshman, number 18, Philippine Elba. Freshman midfielder, number 20, Carla Sanchez. On defense, a freshman, number 22, Molly Woolery. On defense, a freshman, number 24, Gemma Godfrey. On attack, the junior, number 29, Leah Carey. In goal for the Raptors, number 14, Kaylin Tran. The Bard captains, a senior midfielder, number 9, Joanna Regan. A senior defender, number 21, Hallie Nolan. And a junior midfielder, number 25, Alexander Clark. Bard is coached by Mary Kay Scardillo, assisted by Emily Brooks. Starters for RPI. A junior defender, number 4, Maeve Conway. On defense, the junior, number 8, Michaela Dean. On attack, sophomore, number 9, Chelsea Brennan. Senior midfielder, number 11, Jamie Wakefield. Senior midfielder, number 13, Erin Riley. On attack, the junior, number 16, Mackenzie O'Neill. Junior midfielder, number 20, Erin DeLuca. On attack, the sophomore, number 23, Sophie Hager. In goal for the Engineers, the junior, number 34, Heather McLaughlin. The RPI captains, the junior midfielder, number 1, Sarah Bishop. Graduate student midfielder, number 2, Meg Kolitz. And a senior defender, number 18, Lydia Walter. RPI is coached by Leslie Delano. She's assisted by Mackenzie Regal. Would you all please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. or team representatives, or grounds removal from the site of competition. Additionally, public intoxication, consumption, use, or possession of alcoholic beverages and tobacco products in all rensselaer facilities or outdoor venues is strictly prohibited.
Once again, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Renwick Field. As we continue to deal with the wind here, it's RPI and Bard, Liberty League Women's Lacrosse, in what looks to be a very competitive season, almost from top to bottom in the league. The Engineers, of course, the three-time reigning champions of the regular season and tournament titles, saw their first loss in 2 seasons yesterday when they fell to Vassar. But today, not quite the competition. Bard is 0-4-30 in Liberty League play all time, including 3 losses this year. They joined the league back in 2012. They've lost all 9 games every year ever since, including 18-5 in Kingston, New York against these Engineers last year. Bard is led by senior captain Joanna Regan, who has 13 goals and 5 assists for 18 points. RPI off the opening draw. Aaron DeLuca with it, finding Meg Kolitz. Kolitz, the couple of goals yesterday. Hands it off to Sophie Hager. She was held pointless yesterday. RPI's top scorer, 7 goals and 18 assists. But nothing yesterday against Vassar. Of course, RPI falling in overtime, their second straight overtime game. Hager turning, hands it off to Mackenzie O'Neill. Out of Duxbury, Mass. is the junior Mackenzie O'Neill, and now up top for Kolitz. Shot stopped there. Hager with the attempt, knocked down by the goaltender, Kaylin Tran. Tran, the freshman from Avondale, Louisiana. As the Raptors will go on the clear here. And it's knocked free by Kolitz, scooped in the air. This is going to be a turnover on Bard and a failed clear. Maeve Conway picks up the ball in the end. It was knocked loose by Kolitz in the midfield. Now a long outlet pass from Heather McLaughlin, who's getting the start and goal for RPI today. Up ahead to junior captain Sarah Bischoff out of Amherst, New York. Bischoff with it. She'll roll behind the net, finding Kolitz. Kolitz for Chelsea Brennan picked up her first 2 RPI goals yesterday in the loss. Now Aaron Riley. Riley, a senior from West Nyack, New York, transferred here a couple years ago. A goal and 2 assists yesterday. She was the top point getter for RPI in the Vassar game. Hager now for O'Neill off of a quick handoff. She'll spin back to the top of the arc. Still O'Neill through the middle, lost the ball, scoops it back up again before dishing off to DeLuca. Now Hager out of Northport, New York, a sophomore, gets it right back from Riley. Dishing it in front, looking for Riley, loose ball, and it comes all the way through. Raptors on it. It's Haley Nolan. She's run into, got fouled on the way through, and Nolan will have a chance to restart here. We're not quite 3 minutes in, no score RPI and Bard. This one thrown through the midfield, bouncing ball. Trying to pick it up there was Philippine Alba. And it's eventually carried on by Regan. Regan, the top scorer, dishes it off. High pass, comes all the way through. It was intended for number 25, Alexandra Clark. but it's taken away by Wakefield. Jamie Wakefield with it. The RPI senior midfielder from Windsor, Connecticut. Dumps it off for Maeve Conway. Conway with a little hesitation move through the midfield. Feeds on ahead for Bischoff, and now Lydia Walter jumping into the attack. Lobbing a nice pass over the top for Kolitz. She's in all alone. Dishes it in front. Finds O'Neill. That shot's blocked. It was turned away by Carla Sanchez, freshman from McAllen, Texas, on defense for Bard. There's Kolitz. She'll restart for RPI. Meg Collins, a grad student from East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Finds Riley, and now Brennan. Chelsea Brennan right down the pipe, fires. And that one, I believe, caught a piece of the goaltender. Scooped up behind the net, and then it's stripped away. Good defense there by Riley, forcing the turnover. Molly Woolery, the freshman from Kansas City, Missouri, gave it up there. And there's a shot wide from O'Neill, backed up by, I believe, Riley and the Engineers. Yep. RPI will keep it here. Erin Riley, the team's third leading scorer, tied for third with 20 points. Or tied for second, I should say, with Collins for 20 points. The Engineers have it side of the net. Hager gets it back from O'Neill. O'Neill back to Hager. A little over 5 minutes into the first half. Riley cutting. Hager carries. Brennan. Back to Hager, down low. Kolitz. Nice pass inside. Oh, that's just off the mark. Looking for Riley. All the way through to DeLuca. And the Engineers reset. Meg Kolitz again. Engineers have had all the possession. Bard has made one trip into the offensive third here in the early going. O'Neill picks up a loose ball outside the arc. Shots are 4-0 RPI early. Two stops on the two shots on goal for Kaylin Tran. Riley, far side feed. That's going to be off the mark and a turnover. Raptors will take over here. As I mentioned, they're coming off of a loss, 16-4, but before that they picked up their first win of the year against Sage College, 17-11. Last week, and there's another strip of the ball. Hager lets it run out. No, it'll be RPI ball once again. It came out of the stick of Woolery, or make that Alba, the freshman from San Francisco. Hager, after the Engineers force another failed clear there, picked up by Erin DeLuca. DeLuca from East Lyme, Connecticut. Jumps on into the attack here. DeLuca 7 goals and 2 assists on the season for 9 points. O'Neill back for Wakefield. Jamie Wakefield had a big game in the draw control department yesterday, game high 4. Helping RPI come back. They were down 7-3 with 16 minutes left in the second half yesterday, as Brennan tries to feed Riley in the middle. I think she just earned herself a free position chance here. Whistle will be on Avalon Keon. That'll allow Riley to take the free position chance from just about straight away. She's 4 for 7 on the season. Make it 5 for 8 as Riley buries that one. It's 1-0 RPI. on Aaron Riley's 15th goal this season. A free position tally here. Just about 8 minutes into the first half, have the Engineers on top. Last year, RPI winning 18-5 down in Kingston. They scored the game's first 6 goals in that one. On their way to a relatively easy victory. Here it's 1-0. We'll draw it up. It's Jamie Wakefield for RPI. Up against Brennan. And it's Riley who comes away with the draw control. Up ahead, too far for Wakefield, but it's skipped right to Kolitz, and the Engineers are on the run. In front, good defensive breakup that time. Carla Sanchez doing the job, but O'Neill picks it up, trying to hand it off to Brennan. That's intercepted again by Sanchez, and she's out the near side. Sanchez, bumped there by Hager. She will restart here. Good defensive play by the freshman for Bard. Although she just coughs it right up on the way through the midfield. Kolitz has it. She's headed back the other way. 1-6 are the Raptors. We talked about their win. Came last week. Or this week, I should say, against Sage. They won 17-11. Hager shot, and she scores. Sophie Hager puts that one away. That's her 8th of the year. The team leading 26th point. It's 2-0 Engineers. Another look at it here. She did it herself, ran right across the face of the net, and fired inside the left post for the tally. 2-0 RPI, 9 minutes in. That door just blowing open? Draw coming up at midfield once again. The Engineers have owned the draws in this game, and they have another one. This time it's Lydia Walter who comes away with it. Senior captain and defender from Hampton, New Hampshire. Here's Conway, junior from Delmar, New York. She's on her way upfield. Hands it off here to Kolitz. Sophie Hager had 3 goals against Bard last year. Already 1 so far today. Wakefield. To Riley. O'Neill. DeLuca. Kolitz. Nice shot there, stopped. There's a good screen there. As it was Hager coming off the screen. Good feed, but the save was made by Tran, and now back comes Bard. Finally able to complete a clear. And then losing it on the carry was Sanchez. We get a whistle here, and Bard escapes there. Keon will restart. Avalon Keon, a freshman, also from San Francisco, as is Philippine Alba. Gemma Godfrey, another freshman for this Bard team, very young team. She's from Earlville, New York. And they give it away. Conway with the defensive effort there. Up ahead for Hager. She handles the pass on the hop. Hager trying to run around Haley Nolan. Slowed up and dishes it off to O'Neill. Brennan. Down low for Kolitz. Kolitz behind the net. Riley cut in front for a second. She'll find O'Neill along the near side. Mackenzie O'Neill with it, went to Milton Academy in Massachusetts. Shot there by Wakefield, stopped again by the goaltender Tran. And now a whistle has knocked down here. We're going to get a yellow card coming up on RPI. Brennan. Well, they stopped the clock. No, maybe not. A good amount of the time when they stop the clock in a play like that, they're going to hand out a yellow card, but not here apparently. Tran's made some big saves early on here. Kaylin Tran. Keeping RPI within 2 here. 4 saves already for Tran, and there's another giveaway. Worked free by the younger Dean. That's Laurel Dean, and she'll find Walter, who was in a little bit of trouble, but she spun off of it. Conway racing through the midfield. Up ahead, pass a little behind the intended target. That was DeLuca, but she finds Hager. Sophie Hager right to the net, rolls one, no. She was slowed up, and a free position is upcoming here for Sophie Hager. She was 0 for 1 yesterday, Sophie Hager, from the 8-meter arc. She'll have a chance here. She is 0 for 7 on the season. There's a pass to Bischoff, and she finishes it off. A free position goal here for RPI. On the assist by Hager, that's her 19th assist, leads the team. Kind of figured she might pass the ball off the free position. And it was a nice catch and finish by Sarah Bischoff. Goal for Bischoff is her first of the year. A starter in all 8 games so far is Bischoff, and a junior captain. 3-0 RPI leading, 16:55 left in the first half. Engineers trying to pick up their second league win in 3 games. Trying to rebound from yesterday's disappointing loss to Vassar. Now here's Mackenzie O'Neill. O'Neill to Hager. Inside Riley, trying to find Brennan. She's pinned off the ball. And it's picked off by Sanchez. Or excuse me, make it Alba. And they give it right back away. Riley. And now Hager. Aaron Riley once more. 3-0 RPI. Wakefield with it. Engineers have controlled play throughout this one. Hager once more. Spinning. Over to O'Neill. O'Neill to the net. Fires low and she scores. Goal for Mackenzie O'Neill. It's 4-0. That is her 8th of the year. An unassisted tally. As we get another look at the goal. Firing just inside the right post, O'Neill scores it. RPI finishing up a 3-game homestand here today against Bard. They will hit the road next weekend for the North Country trip. They head to Clarkson and St. Lawrence next Friday and Saturday. Draw control win, a nice one, one-handed by Jamie Wakefield. She'll head right down the field. Hager. Someone's going to need to pick her up. They do, finally. O'Neill in front. There's another goal. Riley from Mackenzie O'Neill. Second goal of the game for Riley. It's 5-0. The Engineers score very quickly here. O'Neill with a nice find in front. The cutting Riley scores her second of the game. And 16th of the season. There's Riley. She transferred to RPI from UMass Amherst. A couple years ago. Has since had solid seasons for RPI. Including this year. She's now second to Hager in points. As a push sends the draw control RPI's way. And it'll be Wakefield to bring things back into play. Riley. Over to O'Neill. O'Neill over the head of Brennan. She'll track it down. I think. Yes, she will. Shots are 11-0 early here, including 9-0 on goal. Pass inside. Riley in all kinds of traffic will just back it out. Clears have been pretty indicative of how this one's gone as well. Bard is just 3 for 8 on the clear. RPI 3 for 3. There's a bouncing shot off the outside of the post from O'Neill. And loose ball, swatted and kept in play. And it'll be the freshman, Allison Claroni, just into the game. Wakefield for Claroni. She started yesterday looking for DeLuca. Loose ball scooped up by Tran. There's a look at the Bard goaltender. Dangerous pass through the midfield. Handled, though, by Hannah Durham, senior from Fairfield. Now another ground ball. Sanchez claims this one. Through everybody and intercepted by Wakefield. Back come the Engineers, and they're failed clear for Bard. Wakefield will drive it right inside. Low shot, and she scores. Nope, we're going to get a whistle. So, no goal here for Wakefield. She will have a free position chance. Wakefield's 0 for 4 on the season from the arc here. Looking to change that. 13-13 left in the first half. Shot, save made. Ball headed over the top, maybe, but Tran made sure. Engineers claim the loose ball, so no 0 for 5 on free position tries as Wakefield. We're going to get another whistle. And a free position coming for Riley, who is already on 2 goals for the day. She'll pass it in front. O'Neill, another whistle. Another free position. Didn't even have a chance to take that shot. This one from straight away for Mackenzie O'Neill. She is 3 for 3 on free position tries, and now 3 for 4 as that shot is fired wide. .12:40 to play in the first half. It's 5-0 RPI. Chelsea Brennan will restart. Behind the cage for Jamie Wakefield. Wakefield spin move, rolling shot. Stop there. Tran trying to scoop up a loose ball, doesn't. And now another whistle. And they're going to give this one to the Raptors here. Potentially, Wakefield might have been in the crease there. I'm not sure. But Tran will restart for Bard. She's being pressured now. Flings it far side. Moved up the field by Woolery. And now on the run are the Raptors here. Sanchez, far sideline. Picked up by Ryan O'Connell. Tapped further by Emily Weissman, freshman from Van Nuys, California. And now Godfrey over to Keon. That pass off the mark, turned over off of Durham. It'll be RPI ball. Laurel Dean will take over for the Engineers. There's a look at junior Heather McLaughlin out of Somers, Connecticut. She is making her third appearance of the year. No record to date, a 9.59 goals against and a .417 save percentage. She has made 5 saves so far on the season, none so far today. Although the Raptors are threatening here, that's a loose ball off the stick of Godfrey, picked up by Michaela Dean, and she'll feed it on for Lydia Walter. Walter double team, ducks under a stick check, flips it back to Kolitz. Bard sets up its ride for the first time, and it looks like it may have forced a turnover, or maybe an unforced error. Either way, not being able to track it down over there on the far side was freshman Samantha Albano out of Derry, New Hampshire. And she'll now be on the chase as the Raptors have it. Alba back for Weissman. Emily Weissman with it for the Raptors. She'll hand it off to the leading scorer, Joanna Reagan. Senior captain, as I mentioned earlier, 13 goals, 5 assists for 18 points, and she's stripped of the ball by Walter. Walter came in with 10 caused turnovers, tied with Erin Riley for the team lead. And now McLaughlin hands it off to Walter, but now she's in a little bit of trouble with Brennan chasing. Or excuse me, Regan. Here's Bischoff now for RPI. Down the middle. Engineers clear all the way out to Chelsea Brennan. Now O'Neill. Mackenzie O'Neill around to the front of the net. Thought about a shot. Now takes one and she scores. 6-0 RPI, an unassisted goal for Mackenzie O'Neill, her second of the game. Another look at it there. Faked an inside move, pulled it back, and still fired right-handed. Past Tran. Second of the game, as I mentioned, for O'Neill. That's her 9th of the year. Engineers now up 6-0. RPI scored the first 6 goals of this matchup last year. They've got the first 6 here so far today. 8:53 to go in the first half. Lydia Walter will take the draw control now for RPI up against Gemma Godfrey. Ball pops in the air, trying to scoop it up is DeLuca, and she has it. Morgan Doyle for RPI. Over to Amanda Lynch, making her first appearance for the Engineers, the academic All-American and 4-year star on the basketball team. Gets some action here on attack for RPI. Here's DeLuca. Over to Kolitz. Kolitz for Brennan. Brennan right to the net, fires high. Backed up by Doyle. 7:56 on the clock, first half. Engineers will most likely use all their healthy bodies in this game, as Doyle has it. Carly Kirchner injured here, and the ball is lost there. And back comes Barr the other way. Kirchner injured for the Engineers before they left their trip to Florida. Bischoff, far side. And that one's carried on by Kolitz. Kolitz continues to move inside now. She'll dish it off. Trying to track it down is Doyle. Riley. Over to Hager. Here is Amanda Lynch with it. Lynch back to Kolitz. Now inside, shot by Doyle. Turned away. Scooped up in the air and still loose. Picked away on the ground ball by Walter. Another save by Tran. You look at the 6 goals she's allowed, but she's been very good so far today. Already up to 8 saves on the afternoon. Sun peeking through the clouds here as Sophie Hager picks it off a pass from Lynch. Over to Chelsea Brennan. And now Riley. Pass picked off. Hager threw it right into the webbing of the stick of Clark, and now Alexandra Clark, the junior from Philadelphia, back out the other way, although they turn it right back over. And pass intended for Weissman. Right back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin to the far side for Conway. She can't control. And there's a turnover for the Engineers. Picked up by O'Connell. O'Connell right out of the stick of Madison Sharp, and Conway's back on it. It's been a bit of a turnover fest here. 5:15 to go in the first half. 6-0 Engineers. There's Sophie Hager with it. She's got a goal and an assist so far today. And she will carry it right upfield. Over to Riley. So first appearances for a couple of Engineers today. Samantha Albano, the freshman and the senior, but first-year lacrosse player, Amanda Lynch, who played high school lacrosse, but hasn't played in 3 years, of course, after focusing on basketball here at RPI. Team's leading scorer last season, and the top rebounders as well. Morgan Doyle behind for Claroni. Cutting is Kolitz. Nice catch. She'll flip it back out for Doyle. And now behind for Hager. Claroni. Here is Amanda Lynch once more. Lynch for Kolitz. Update from men's lacrosse. It's RIT 15, RPI 8 after 3 quarters. Kolitz inside, off the feed from Hager. She scores. It's 7-0. First goal of the game for Meg Kolitz off the Hager feed. As we get another look at it here. 20 assists on the season for Sophie Hager. That is goal number 18 for Meg Kolitz, who had a tremendous season last year for RPI. Set a school record for 66 points. on 49 goals and 17 assists. But up to number 18 in the goals department is Kolitz this year, to go along with 3 helpers. 7-0 RPI with 3:17 left in the first half. We'll draw it up from midfield. Finals from yesterday, of course, the RPI loss, 11-8 in overtime. Bard fell to Skidmore, 16-4. Also, it was William Smith, 17-15 over RIT, and Union over Rochester by a 15-5 final. Also, a midweek game, Clarkson beating St. Lawrence up in Potsdam, 13-12. Here is Aaron Riley for RPI. Riley with 2 goals so far today. Lynch. Over to Claroni. Conway. Now Doyle. Amanda Lynch led the team in scoring basketball over the 14-15 season. 16 points and 7.9 rebounds. Trying to make the transition back to lacrosse, which she mentioned she did play in high school as a loose ball, picked up by Doyle. She has another year of eligibility, and she will be back doing some grad work next season, so more of a 2-year plan here for Lynch. Here's a move inside. Doyle shoots, and it snuck inside the post. A goal for Morgan Doyle, and it's 8-0 off the pass from, I believe, Kolitz. First goal of the game, as it's Riley who made the pass. I beg your pardon. Aaron Riley picks up her first assist of the day on the goal by Doyle. Third goal of the season for Morgan Doyle, the freshman from Syracuse. There's a look at the first-year attack, 5'4". Coming off the bench to tally here, making it 8-0 Engineers. Minute 55 to go in the first half. It'll be Laurel Dean, another freshman, the younger sister of Michaela Dean, of Southington, Connecticut, to take the draw for RPI. Up against Godfrey, Gemma Godfrey, and it's RPI with another draw control. They are dominating that department now. 9-0. Not one draw for the Raptors thus far. Now a bounced pass from Dean all the way back to her sister Michaela. Crossfield pass. Finds Albano. Now Walter. Walter through the midfield for Riley. Connects to Conway. Conway into the attack. Back to Riley. Off her stick. Loose ball. Scooped up in the air. Still no one comes down with it. Now it's going to be Vassar ball. Turnover on Riley. Oh. Yeah, that's it. Bard ball, excuse me. Sanchez. To be fair, both Bard and Vassar are pretty close to each other, and their colors are similar. Here's Ryan O'Connell for Bard. Godfrey. Gemma Godfrey with it for the Raptors. 7 goals on the season for her. Tied for third on the team with the classmate Avalon Keon. Now Regan trying to move inside. Does. Shoots and scores. A goal for Joanna Regan. Her 14th of the season. And the Raptors are within 8-1. tricky move by Regan. Kind of backed her way in, then spun away and fired past McLaughlin. Regan, the senior captain on this Bard team, finding the goal once more for a team high 14th time. Regan did have a goal on 4 shots against Skidmore. Team high 5 draw controls as well. She was 1 for 2 on free position opportunities yesterday up in Saratoga Springs, up at Wackenheim Field. There's another draw control win for RPI. Their 10th as Walter has it down low for Kolitz. Whistles here, and that'll do it. That's actually the halftime horn. 8-1, RPI leads Bard after 30 minutes of play. Engineers score the first 8 goals. Raptors get 1 late to get onto the scoreboard. We'll take a break and be back with the second half in just a few minutes. You're watching RPI Women's Lacrosse on RPI TV.
Oh, forgotten? Oh, they put us up. So like the way it works is they put us up in the chalet.
So I went online. I ordered them.
I like swimming in. Yeah, you put it in storage or you can use it as a lease. But if like what they do is because you know what it is, when they write you orders, it's actually just a stop.
Now I got slug back, and then I
They got an extra pair, yeah.
the other ones aren't as thick. The other ones are have more of a, you can dry foam. So you can touch with your fingers because it's not going to heat them. So what do I tell them?
I want her next year. I want her.
But if you're not here,
Right.
okay.
Now,
Now I don't want it on.
no, because like I could turn around and say, give me your
That's like
give me your interpretation of me. Oh, like one of actually I think Heidi asked when she was up here, because she was up here the other week for an open night, and she asked the girls at practice. She went around asking them, she was like, so what's coach like? And they're like, you. They're like, well, what about the assistant coach? They were all like, so like if I'm here, it's a big thing. I want her. Like I can work with her. I will teach her. I will help her. But if I'm not, yeah. If I'm not here, like, what is she gonna do? Stop playing basketball, or? No, he did that one of our early conference games this year. He called it 16 seconds left. No, we were up. Sorry. 16 seconds left. And the thing is, like, they had called a timeout with a minute and a half left, and he was going off about something, so I talked to the girls, and I'm like, okay, so we're going to press here. They're going to press, they're going to try and get the ball, they're going to try and get it. Okay, then if they don't get the ball, I said, no, but you need to make sure you hold on to that ball, because if you let it go, they're going to take it. I'm like, you guys have got to be strong. You got to really help me in case you don't do something else. So, whatever. So, 16 seconds, like with like 40 seconds left, our team pulls it. Pulls it off. We end up throwing the ball away. He's like, yeah, they are. I'm like, John, they're not gonna press. He's like, no, Jen, they're gonna press. I'm like, John, no, I'm not. She's not gonna press. And I look over at Amy, and she's like looking at me. And I just shrug my shoulders. I'm like, he's like, no, they're gonna press. So he gets to the timeout. He's like, all right, this is what we gotta do. He's like drawing up our press break and stuff. I'm like,
Hey everybody, if you like what you see here, make sure you visit rpitv.org/donate. You can help learn about the We Are Gold project and support RPI TV and provide some support to what they do, bringing you action like you've seen this weekend. RPI Women's Lacrosse yesterday and today, of course. If you've followed RPI women's lacrosse over the last few years, you've seen plenty of playoff games, Liberty League tournament and championship games here on RPI TV. You can help support them as well. Make sure to check that out. We're getting set for the second half here. RPI and Bard from Renwick Field. Engineers lead 8-1. 3 players have 3 points for RPI. Riley, that's Aaron Riley and Mackenzie O'Neill, 2 goals and an assist each. Sophie Hager with a goal and 2 assists. She's now 10 away from the school record of 30, which was set a couple years ago by Rachel Schofield. And there's a ball that danced along the sideline. It's out of bounds. And it's a turnover.
Okay, sounds good.
Leah Carey, junior from Bluebell, Pennsylvania, has it taken away by O'Neill. Here is Aaron Riley for the Engineers. Riley for Hager. Kolitz for DeLuca. And now Brennan. Here's Conway. Kolitz. Now DeLuca for Riley. Riley for Hager, and now Kolitz again. Aaron Riley back on it. Now O'Neill once more for DeLuca. Brennan. Maeve Conway. Cutting is Mackenzie O'Neill. Great find and a better save from Tran on the shot by O'Neill. Point blank save by Kaylin Tran. As her save totals are piling up. O'Neill. Over to Kolitz. 9 saves for Tran. Her season high for saves is 11, which came back on March 13th against Mount St. Vincent. A 14-10 loss in that one. Came in with just around 30% save percentage and about 13 1/3 goals against per game, but hasn't looked like it so far today. Been much better than those numbers would indicate. Here's a pass inside. Great catch by Riley and a shot just under the crossbar. That is a pinpoint finish there from Aaron Riley, her 3rd of the game. It's 9-1. Terrific catch on that pass. It was high from Conway. And Riley fires it right into the top left corner. So that's Riley's 3rd of the game. And 17th of the year. So RPI scored the first 8 goals of this game. Bard got a late first half goal from Joanna Regan. Another draw control win for the Engineers. Absolutely dominant in that department. Draws are now 12-0, although the Engineers do give it away here. Haley Nolan will bring things back into play. Senior defender out of St. Louis, Missouri. Plenty of geographical diversity on this Bard team. Number of players from California, a couple from Missouri as well. Clearly looking for a place to play collegiate lacrosse. Michaela Dean is down. She didn't see what happened. Looked to be away from the ball. 26:20 to go in the first half. I believe we're going to have a stoppage here. RPI head trainer Chris Thompson is out to take a look at Michaela Dean. With the break of the action, we'll let you know what's coming up here.
Replay of what's going on there.
As we may have another look. Anyway, RPI heads to the North Country to take on Clarkson in St. Lawrence next weekend. We'll take a look at what happened to that play. It was away from the ball, I believe. Michaela Dean maybe inadvertently ran into somebody here. Let's see. Oh, she got tripped up. Yeah, she caught her feet together. It looks like maybe a lower body injury there. Hopefully she's all right. Got her feet kind of tangled up with one of the Raptors players on the midfield, through the midfield there. Let's look at our officials for today's game. 9-1 is the RPI lead, but not a good sign. Michaela Dean, the junior, is headed off here with help from the RPI training staff. Talked about the parity in the league. It keeps getting better. Of course, RPI has won the last 3 league championships, but the competitiveness is almost all the way through here, other than maybe Bard. St. Lawrence hasn't had a real good start. They're 0-3 in the league, as is Bard. But Union's 3-0. They're out ahead of the pack. Everyone else has at least 1 loss and at least 1 win. Vassar's 2-1. Clarkson's 2-1. RIT's 2-1. William Smith is 2-1. RPI and Skidmore are 1-1, and Rochester's 1-2. Another new face for RPI coming into the game is Maggie Calabro, freshman from Uniondale, New York. She will see her first action here of the game and of the season. This is her first appearance as well. Here's O'Neill. So 3 players make their season and RPI debuts. Calabro being 1, Albano the other, and Amanda Lynch the 3rd. DeLuca to Calabro. There she is. Dishing it off to Chelsea Brennan. Sophomore transfer. Now Kolitz for Hager. Sophie Hager with it. Over to Conway, and now here is Calabro. Kolitz once more. Hager looking for cutters, so she'll dish it out to Maeve Conway. Conway on the move. Crossfield feed finds Calabro. Now Brennan. Sophie Hager. Driving, kicking it back. Pass behind Calabro. Had a chance to pick it up. Still battling for it. That's a tough feed from Hager. Not much Calabro could do about it. Now getting harassed upfield. Engineers trying to force a turnover. Carla Sanchez was the one who got whacked there. No, correction, make that Gemma Godfrey. She will restart for Bard here. And she'll head downfield with it. A little bit of speed shown here by Gemma Godfrey. She heads into the offensive end. Godfrey right to the net, firing wide. McLaughlin still in there for RPI. She didn't have a whole lot to do in the first half, but did allow the 1 goal. Still no saves on the one shot on target, I guess, for the Raptors. Walter whistled down there. It'll be RPI ball when we restart. Little hesitation move from Walter, and she's on her way out to the midfield. Walter on a sprint. Does the clear all on her own. And she'll hand it off to Conway. Conway to Kolitz. And now Chelsea Brennan. Hager. Here's Conway once more. Kolitz. Inside feed. Conway had it for a second, lost it, and then stolen away, and Carla Sanchez on the run. Kolitz chasing. Sanchez losing the ball, picks it up again. Being hounded by Kolitz. Still Sanchez. Hands it off for Alba. And Alba is fouled. Nope. Offensive foul maybe there. Engineers take over. They'll head back the other way. Sophie Hager with it on the move. Hager 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points as the tops on the team and in the game, of course. Walter finds Brennan. Brennan to Hager. Mackenzie O'Neill. And now DeLuca. Sophie Hager with it. Finding Brennan. Back to Hager. Hager looking for a cutter. It was O'Neill. Lost it. Knocked free. Following O'Neill sends the ball back the other way. Came down on the, ripped down on the stick. Illegal stick check. Haley Nolan back the other way for Bard. Pass up ahead through everybody. Picked off by Wakefield, who was waiting for it. And she'll run right back the other way. Jamie Wakefield. Over to Hager. Calabro. O'Neill for Riley. Aaron Riley. Behind the net for Sophie Hager. Slow moving second half here. Engineers continue to possess. Riley. Calabro. Getting her first touches as an RPI engineer. Brennan. Couple of stick fakes. Moves behind the cage. She's being defended pretty tightly by Godfrey. Zips it on over to Calabro. Claroni was cutting through. Wakefield wants to reset the offense here behind the net. Wakefield, 5'9", senior, wrapping around, looking for a feed in front. Well defended. Pass was not on. Wakefield not having as solid as an offensive season as she had last year. 8 goals, 1 assist so far this season. She had 30 goals and 9 assists last year for RPI. But the team is scoring fewer goals. Pass in front. Hager spinning, lost it. Ball's in the air. Hager back on it on the ground ball. Dishes it over to Calabro. She can't control. RPI averaged 12 goals a game last year. This season, not quite the same success, just 9.4. If you're looking for maybe reason for their struggles, 3 and 4 on the season are the Engineers, and well, 3 of those losses have been to top 10 teams out of conference play, but then the loss yesterday to Vassar. Bard on the attack here. Walter knocks it free. It's scooped up by Reagan. Reagan with the lone Bard goal so far today. Double teamed. Quick little wrister of a pass into the middle. Scooped up there by McLaughlin. And she'll flip it over to Hager. Hager being watched by Weissman. And Hager will storm right by her. Through the midfield. Kolitz spinning. Wide open along the far side is Albano, and she has the ball now. Albano into the middle. High pass. Too far for everybody. Wakefield's going to scoop this one up one-handed. Behind the net. Brennan. Over to Clarone. Here's Samantha Albano. Wakefield. Here's Brennan once more for Kolitz. Setting up another play here for RPI. 16:40 to go in the second half. 9-1. Engineers on top. Just 2 goals in this second half, 1 each way. Or excuse me, just 1 goal in the second half. I beg your pardon. It was Sophie Hager. Doyle now just back into the game for RPI. She's got a goal today. Her 3rd. Wakefield. Over to Riley. Riley behind for Kolitz. Kolitz to Clarone. Clarone defended by Reagan. And now here is Albano. Riley once more. Riley wants to reset. Riley looking for the pass in the middle. That's not on. It was a back out for Albano. And now Doyle. Here's Amanda Lynch. Over to Brennan. Behind the cage for Riley again. In front, Doyle. Tried to kind of one-time it, lost the handle. Ball out. And back come the Raptors. Whistle and a push. Bard will take over here. It'll be Alexandra Clark. Clark far side. Tough pass to handle. Scooped up over there by Sanchez. Lost it. Riley got run into. And then she got her face mask knocked off. And she will head off here to get looked at. She got whacked in the nose. Look at this play. A couple players battling for the ball. And oh boy. Sanchez got her right in the face. But once again, no card here. A lot of times you see a card for that type of play. Shot and a save. That was Conway, but she was denied once again by Kaylin Tran. Keeping this game at a 9-1 margin. Pass by Tran, broken up. We got a stoppage here, and I think a card's coming out now. Yeah, they're going to get Chelsea Brennan for our first yellow card. 2 minutes of extra player advantage here for Bard. 13:38 left in the second half. Up to 10 saves now for Tran in goal for Bard, one off of her season high. And being a freshman, of course, a career high. Bard gets the ball as far as the RPI end of the field, but it's taken away by Sarah Bischoff, and she'll head back the other way. Bischoff all the way down the field. Back up top for Albano. Conway for Lynch. Lynch to Doyle. Hager. Flipping it all the way to Bischoff. Now Lynch, a little bit of pressure on her. She will find Hager. Bischoff. Nice catch, Conway, front of the net. Still Conway. Double team comes. Finding Doyle. Doyle over to Hager. Back to Doyle. 12:20 left in this one. 9-1, RPI leading. Bischoff. Over to Doyle now. Doyle turning. Bischoff again. Conway. Conway once more. Gets it back from Lynch. That one pops right up in the air. Bono a little bit out of control there. Turn it over. Molly Woolery will restart here for the Raptors. Scooped up, coming back to get it is Keon. Avalon Keon. Down the field. Still Keon to the net, put it wide. And it'll be backed up by the Raptors, I believe. Looks like it's Hannah Durham over there to keep things alive for Bard. Durham. O'Connell. Loose ball controlled by the Raptors. That's Philippine Alba. O'Connor once more for Bard. Clark. Clark working on Claroni. Pass into the middle, too high, looking for Regan. Scooped up on the far side. Oh, not she had it. Sharp lost it out of bounds. We approach 10 minutes to go in the game. Scoring, slowed down considerably here in the second half. Just the one Sophie Hager goal. Behind the net, Engineers have it, Morgan Doyle. Hager spinning, shooting wide. Backed up by Albano. Engineers will keep it. Final from men's lacrosse, it was RIT beating RPI 18-8. RIT, the number 2 team in the country. Lynch for Albano. Here's Hager now, top of the arc. Wind picking up here. We have pretty constant wind plus some pretty heavy gusts as well. O'Neill. Or do Maggie Calabro. Claroni. Albano. Behind the net for Hager. O'Neill once more. Hager into the middle. Off for Calabro. Calabro far side. Finding Doyle, and now here is Claroni. Over to Mackenzie O'Neill. Now Hager once more. Hager trying to set up a move, a little bit of isolation. Spins and dishes it off to O'Neill. That pass off the mark. Loose ball, fought for. It will be scooped up eventually in the corner by Nolan. And then a whistle and an infraction on the Engineers. Bard will restart here with 7.5 left. Running through the midfield is Alexandra Clark, trying to get by Lynch. Lynch riding her into the offensive end. Keon spinning around over there is Durham. Shot over the top of the net. Raptors will keep it. Ryan O'Connell back there, junior out of Staten Island. There she is. O'Connell finding Keon, who's defended by DeLuca. Durham. Alba. Over to Sharp. Knocked away from Sharp, scooped up by Laurel Dean, and she's back out the other way. Dean down the middle. No one comes to her. She'll continue on with it. Trying to hand it off. Good defensive play. Broken up by Godfrey. Godfrey trying to find it. She was sandwiched there. Loose ball, and Lynch is going to come up with it, I believe. Yes, she does. There is Amanda Lynch with it. Lost it on the carry. Gets some help from Dean. And up ahead for O'Neill.
I'll look it up on your Facebook page.
Here is Lynch tracking down that loose ball. Amanda Lynch with it. Senior from Middletown, New York. Mentioned her basketball accolades. First ever academic All-American for the women's basketball team. There's a good pass in front. A little bit too hot to handle for O'Neill. She'll scoop it up on the other side. Lynch also an all Liberty League player for the Engineers. Here's Albano. Behind the net for Claroni. Looks a lot warmer than it is out there. Here's O'Neill. Back for Haggard. Takes a look over at the sideline for some instructions. 4:25 left in this one. Engineers on cruise control. Hager finds Brennan cutting. Couldn't handle the pass. Loose ball. Engineers will keep it here. don't think this is a free position. No, it's closer to the 12 than the 8. Restart by RPI's Aaron DeLuca. Claroni hands it off for DeLuca. Here's Claroni again. Over to DeLuca. Claroni. Behind the net, Hager. In front, looking for DeLuca. Does well to catch the pass, doesn't get the shot away, kind of ran out of room. Now a feed in front looking for O'Neill. That's broken up and stolen away. Bard trying to run out of there. Real good speed being shown here by Haley Nolan. Right down the middle of the field. Runs by Albano. Dishing it off to O'Connell. O'Connell trying to get a shot off, knocked away by Hager. She gets bumped and she'll have the ball when we restart here. Sophie Hager with the ball. Back to the goaltender, McLaughlin. She's in line for the win. That pass way too far for Lynch. Turn it over back to the Raptors here. There's a look at Amanda Lynch. That pass off the mark as well. His back-to-back turnovers sends the ball back RPI's way. Shots are 24-4 in favor of the Engineers. Ground balls 21-14 RPI. Draws, I don't think we'll see another one today. Not expecting to, at least. May just finish 12-0 RPI. Draw controls, that is. Bard, not a very successful day on the clear, as you can imagine. Just 13 for 24. RPI so far 13 out of 15 on clear attempts. Here is Claroni for RPI. Allison Claroni, freshman out of Reading, Mass. Colett's back in there now for RPI. Lynch. Here is Wakefield now. 56 seconds to go. Calabro back for Claroni. Wakefield. Wide open in front, Calabro stopped again, a point-blank save for Kaylin Tran. She has had a superb day in goal here for Bard. That's 11 saves. Another look at that one. Point-blank stop on Calabro. That equals a season high for Tran. Although her pass is off the mark and Wakefield takes it away. Engineers right back on the attack with 6 seconds to go. In front, Lynch trying to take a shot. That one's stopped as well. Loose ball. And that will do it. Amanda Lynch with a shot, her first collegiate shot as a women's lacrosse player right before the horn. There's a look at Tran, who did a great job in net for Bard, but it wasn't enough, of course. RPI takes this one by a 9-1 final. Blustery, chilly day here in Troy. But the Engineers come away with a 9-1 win. Sophie Hager, game high 4 points, 2 goals and 2 assists for her, up to 20 helpers on the season. She remains 10 shy of the school record with a good number of games left to play. For everybody here in the press box and up the cameramen out here shooting on this chilly day. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Once again, your final score from Renwick Field was RPI 9 and Bard 1. This has been a production of RPI Women's Lacrosse on RPI TV.